Another cold Saturday morning. 4 degrees. Got my blanket over my legs. They're sitting in the sun. My legs are getting touched by the sun. I'm sitting back a little bit into the shade, so the sun's not in my face. Got some Boswell's Titus in the Savinelli. Titus is an English blend. It's got some mild, Latakias in it, Perique, a little bit of some Virginias. It's a good, smooth, mild English. That's for another day, because I bought 3 blends that I never tried before from Boswell's, and like I said, that's for another day. So, got my coffee, just black, of course. You know, the YTPC, the YouTube pipe community, it isn't a club you have to join, pay membership dues to. You're not voted in. There's no secret handshake or an oath you have to take to be a part of the YTPC. But if you have one of these in your mouth, you're automatically blended into the group. We have no mayor. We don't have any enforcers that take care of any trouble. No police force, no borough council, no board members. It's just a utopia of pipe smokers. Or so we thought. I don't believe in utopias. There is no perfect place. There's always imperfections, no matter where you live. So it seems there's been some issues going on, and we've dealt with issues before in the YTPC. And I'm not an enforcer, I'm not a mediator, I'm not the great leader to bring about peace. I'm just a guy that smokes a pipe. That just happens to be considered a part of the YouTube pipe community. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is just an extension of who I am. Who I really am is much more than my pipe. And as YouTube presenters, you're not limited to just one niche. As a YouTube presenter, you get the blanket up. You say things. You share things. You get philosophical because you think you're a philosopher. And you know, true philosophers, they do this. They have respectful dialogue with one another. They don't hate. They don't try to cancel each other out. They don't try to shut the other one down. They listen. They persuade, or they try to persuade someone to seeing things in the way they view them. Not the wisest man out there. I don't have all the answers. I'm a very straightforward guy. I'm black and white. There's no in between. I'm a guy that you got something to say it. I don't like veiled references to things. I've had much support and much love from a lot of people I've met on here. Some are YTPC people, some are not YTPC people. Made a lot of friendships over my course of 3.5 years or however long it's been. Seen some things change in what we call our own little exclusive club, the YTPC. We've seen people come and we've seen people go, and some of these people I miss and they're taking a break, and I get it. Done it. But I don't like veiled references. I don't like it when someone calls somebody out publicly, but it's very fuzzy as to what they're talking about. And I don't care who you are. I'm an equal opportunity offender. I'll give you an example. We call ourselves a family. With my family, we fight. My family. We fight, we argue. But we never cancel. We never cancel one another out. That's family. Regardless of what my family does or says, I will always love them. I will always be there for them. And we like to think that we are that way in the YTPC, but we're not. Because we're not family. Just a group of people who happen to like smoking pipe, and we get on here and we make our videos and we share our lives and we philosophize and we criticize and we do tobacco reviews and we do pipe reviews and we talk about the blends that we love and we don't love. You know, we went through this a few years ago. And like I said, I'm not a veiled reference guy, and this guy would appreciate it because I know he's watching. Old Dirty Piper, he had some issues. And he was very vocal about some things, and he went after Simon verbally. I don't hear from Old Dirty anymore. You know what? I miss that. I don't miss the attacks. I miss Old Dirty talking about tobaccos, giving his views and his opinions. Very straightforward, very blunt, not very diplomatic. That's the uniqueness and the beauty of Old Dirty Piper. Very entertaining. See, I know Johnny. Spent many hours on the phone with him, visited him, and talked to him a lot of times. I know the real Old Dirty. Good guy. Him and I don't always agree on things. He's let me know. I let him know. You know what? We're still buddies. So now we have this going around that someone is being anti-Semitic. And there's veiled references about it. We're not coming out and being straightforward. And here's my suggestion. If you take issue with what that person said, contact them. Say, hey, I'd like to talk to you. I'm not sure what you were saying. Did you mean this? You can't read into something. You cannot read into something. I think I know what they're talking, because I don't know exactly who it is that made the offense. Because no one is being clear with me. Not one. It's telling me exactly. You know who it is. I have an idea. And I don't think Greg would mean anything. I didn't catch any anti-Semitic things in there. And I know this is going to upset some people. And frankly, just listen. Hear me out. I didn't hear any anti-Semitic rhetoric. I watched a couple of the videos. I didn't hear any violence threatened. There was a reference that was made by him that said doing away with evil people. Well, who wouldn't want to do away with evil people? I'm glad bin Laden's dead. I'm glad Saddam Hussein's dead. I'm glad Hitler was done away with. He was evil. They were evil. So I don't know what the problem is with that. But anyhow, my suggestion is, why don't you contact him directly and have a conversation with him? I think that's the way to go. Have some dialogue. Hear them out. And in return, Greg, you hear them out. And if there was something that was misinterpreted or misunderstood, maybe apologies need to be made. And maybe they don't. That's your choice. See, I like the freedom of knowing that people are free to present what they present on here. I don't want to cancel anybody out. Because if I canceled everybody out I disagreed with, I can promise you this, I will be canceled out. I will be shut down eventually. Then we live in an oppressed state of oppression, where nobody can freely share their thoughts. And when you do YouTube and you're put in a public, in the public's eyes, I've been criticized for things. I've had people say things to me that they disagreed with openly in the comments. And you know what? Hey, that's fine. That's your opinion. But I wouldn't try to shut them down. I wouldn't remove their comments. They need to contact me. My email is johnbeardedwelshman@gmail.com. Hey. If you disagree with me on what I'm saying here, and you've lasted this long into the video, contact me, johnbeardedwelshman@gmail.com. Let's talk about it, man. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the differences that of beliefs and views that we have. And let's come to a respectful understanding of one another. And let's move on. Let's move on from this. I know people on here that have different political views that I like. I like them. I may not like their views, but I like them. Different religious beliefs. Different values. Different morals. Different opinions about things. Different likes. Different dislikes. And I appreciate that about them. I don't have to agree with you every time. Anyhow. That's all I got to say about that. Let's stop it with the veiled references. If you're going to openly say something that somebody's done, and you're going to put it out there in the open, be brave enough to say who it is. Just call them out. Better yet, privately contact them and talk to them. Because I've made the mistake of shooting my mouth off before contacting someone. And I've had to gone back, retract, apologize. Because I took what they said out of context. And I didn't listen to their conversation. My mind shut off at a certain point. And all I got was rage. Well, not the Saturday morning I wanted to, the presentation I wanted to do for today. So I'm going to sit back and wait for Beans316 to put his review up. Enjoy the rest of this lovely pipe. And maybe next week I'll do a review. Or excuse me, I don't do reviews. My opinion. My impression of Boswell's Titus. As always, God bless. God loves you. I love you. All are welcome. Light 'em up.